Get the mat out.
All my playtesting has been watching people play.
He acts like, oh, I'm maining 3 of this weekend.
Are you really?
I think so. And 3 of this.
This is the current list.
Let me play against Pure.
Dear God. I was thinking about maining the card on the left.
I think you should. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Today I would like to kind of finalize my list.
Mm-hmm.
We already started without you.
That's fine.
We did start.
What was in my deck, so I'm really irrelevant.
Hey, not if you play against Levi.
Yeah, well, that's true. If I play against Levi, I don't have the tournament. I'm probably going to win the event.
I had to upload the one. The worst
Oh, this is
one
not
we
a sponsored
played.
stream. Let me take it off. Sorry, Clover Valley, you get nothing.
Do we make sure all these working this time?
They're working. If you don't unplug it or something.
I probably did.
Do we want to test them?
I mean, they're fine. They all show that they're working, and
Sick.
they haven't been adjusted since last time. So they're
We didn't use that one, though.
yeah. I put its volume at where the rest of them are, and it shows that it's
Okay.
working. So
Gang,
If
gang.
I'm screaming, boys, I'm sorry.
it should be fine. Welcome to Get Good.
Hello.
Long time no see.
I
Been
don't-
like a year and a half since I've been here.
we saw you guys last week.
Yeah.
We want to
I've been
do a
getting
pod.
scammed by Cindy.
What, dude? We wanted to do a pod before Vegas. Vegas is in this. It's Wednesday. We're leaving tomorrow.
We are leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm guessing this will be uploaded.
I was thinking tomorrow. I was thinking
Tomorrow.
Thursday because a lot of people are traveling tomorrow. So, I figured I would want a podcast to listen to while I'm on the
Means
plane.
download
we
it and
give
watch it on
them-
your flight.
We give them the
100%.
last minute goo for them to win YCS Vegas, and they have to shout us out in all of their deck profiles.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Put an harpoon in your deck.
Yes, sir. I expect it. I give you permission to MP3 rip, MP4 rip this off of YouTube. Listen to it on the plane. It's how you guys feel about Vegas? How are you feeling?
I feel great.
Are we talking about the decks, or are we talking about preparation?
I guess both. I mean, there's not really new decks going into the event per se. We do have Blue Eyes, which hasn't been in the YCS yet, and we do have different versions of like Pure Ryzeal. We don't have new decks.
Blue Eyes, what? It has been in the YCS. It was in Sydney, and
That's true. Yeah.
These
No,
guys
I
aren't
guess
respecting
not
union
a
monsters.
North American YCS, but it has been at YCSs.
Just saying.
But how are you guys feeling about it?
my deck's clean.
He said, I don't have the list, but I got it up here.
Yeah, it's work in progress, but it'll come to paper eventually.
Pure is going to be very popular.
Yeah.
Pure Ryzeal.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to go into this tournament thinking that it's the same format as Orlando, or they just added Blue Eyes and it's the same format. I think it's pretty different. I think Fiendsmith Ryzeal is going to be less popular significantly. And I think Blue Eyes and Pure are going to be very popular, including Mermail too.
Let me play against Pure all day, please.
It is interesting to me because I agree with the sentiment that Pure is going to be more popular than Fiendsmith now, but it's interesting. Like Pure gets one card, and people seemingly are dropping the deck that's won the last 2 North American YCSs. Like it's weird.
Well, Pure was also getting more popular before
True.
Maze came out. Cam, who won whatever South American YCS, played Pure.
Yeah.
A lot of people are playing Pure. I think it's because it just matches up well against the non-engine that people are playing. But Metal Tronus is getting super popular, man. That card's everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to have a good plan for that one.
Yeah. If you're playing Pure, like Metal Patronus is actually in probably 50% of main decks.
Probably more than that.
It's crazy. So you have to have a plan for it. I mean, you have to be main in Ash, which everybody is, and probably a cross-out designator for that card, if nothing else.
Or you have to
right?
play like really strong engine. Like there's people playing like Solemn Strike, stuff like that in the main deck. So even if
Yeah.
they do get Metal Tronus, like I think a lot of people, what's going to happen is they can't really go for the twins board as much because if you go for the twins board, you like play into Metaltronus really hard because you're just in with the detonator and the cross.
And you lose
A lot of people just aren't playing twins anymore, right?
Yeah.
In Pure, yeah, people are
In
playing
pure
twins.
they do, but
Yeah.
there has been people talking. Like Paulo made a video about his prep for the last 2 YCSs, and he was talking about cutting twins out of the Fiendsmith Rhizo deck, which is like an interesting thing. Just because like it plays into so many breakers, you know, if you go for that.
It also like depending I guess on setup, it also plays in a nib, which is interesting. Like it, for example, you could send duo drive or detonator off X, then attach detonator, and just keep duo drive on field with cross, so you can set up detonator after, so you don't get nibbed. Whereas if you dump twins and then send duo drive, like you can just get nibbed for your life pretty much.
Yeah.
At that point, so it does play into a lot more stuff, the twins board.
But yeah, I think that's going to be a theme. I think people are going to be like, especially if they open like Book of Moons, Psalm Strikes, Drone Lockbird. That card's going to be really nice.
Drone Lockbird's the best card.
I think a lot less people are going to go for the twins boards, just because like you're just like people are main decking Ultimate Slayer, people main decking Metaltronus, like try to like because like if you put everything into this detonator and it gets Metaltronus, you don't have your cross. Yeah. But if you left the duo drive on the board, you at least still get to keep a cross, which is like the best interaction in your deck, in my opinion. So,
What do you think people are going to start moving back to the way people played before twins, like Book of Eclipses and stuff like that?
Maybe. I mean, people are kind of just playing Metaltronus and Ultimate Slayer right now. I think it's kind of hard because I don't think everyone's doing that, if that makes sense. So, like, cards like Book Eclipse, Imperm, Widow Anchor, when people are playing that stuff in the Malice deck, it would need to be paired if they do go with the twin stuff. So, I don't know. It's going to be a really interesting format, though.
It is. I'm excited for this event. This event, unlike the last 2 or 3 Vegases that we've had, is we're not getting a brand new meta right before the event. Like, we're getting a couple new cards. We're getting like a tweak.
Tachyon.
Yeah, we're getting a tweak to the meta. It's going to be more powerful, but like, you know, Kashtira came out right before 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And then last year we had
a ban list too.
Yeah.
For that one, yeah.
And then last year, what came out right before? Was it Fire
Snake
King?
Eyes.
Snake Eyes. Dude, so it's just like, it seems like every year right before Vegas, we have this insane meta shift. But this year is the first 3v3 here in a while where we haven't had this like crazy shift. So people are going to be a little bit more prepared, I think.
I think it's going to be the last rodeo for Fiendsmith. I have a bad feeling.
Yeah, I was telling Tachyon that I don't think Ronin Totem's very much longer for this world.
Yeah.
In its current iteration. They may just like touch it like we were talking about. I think we talked about the ban list a little bit last time. But, the ban list's coming soon for sure.
Probably before Houston.
I think this will be the last event before you lose.
Yeah, it'll probably be before
I
Houston.
think they have like
I think it'll be at Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be before.
You think Houston will be on the same ban list?
No, I think that like they did in Anaheim, I think they'll announce it at Houston.
Yes, I'm saying
so?
so.
Yeah.
Houston will be on this list.
I thought they were going to do it at Vegas, but where it's not being streamed, man, they may not.
I mean, they might.
Hey, if
So
I can
good.
play a deck one more event, I'll take it.
They may just record it and then upload it.
Maybe. I feel
Like
like
behind the scenes and then upload it and then it go and they do it at the event. Like they pre-record it and then as they're announcing it at the event, they like upload it on YouTube or something.
maybe. I don't know. It just seems to me there was a lot of hype last time, and I feel like in my head I've always thought ban list is going to come before Rhode Island, so that the last YCS of the season will also be on the Nats ban list, but nothing, I guess, before. I don't know why. That's like kind of what's been in my head, but
Yeah, this will be the only ban list before Nats.
yeah, I agree for sure. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens there. Very excited for Vegas. Very excited for Vegas. We talked last time. We weren't going to go, but I'm very excited that we are going. It's going to be
Dude,
sick.
that's such a crazy. I moved this week too. Right before then, Luke moved and Isaiah moved. We weren't going to Vegas. Now we're going to Vegas. Tachyon won at YCS. It's been crazy, man.
It's been wild.
Like it's even getting crazier.
Yeah, it's been a crazy start of the year.
it'll calm down a little bit.
I hope so, God. I'm tired. Dude. I'm
I'm
tired of
full
this
throttle.
grandpa.
I'm trying to keep it going.
Dude, I'm excited, speaking of keeping it going, about the new events that they announced. They're such cool locations. Anaheim last year, super fun. It's a little awkward that Anaheim's kind of like inland in California, so you can't fly into LAX, get off the plane, and just be there.
Yeah.
That is a little annoying. But it was a great event. It's in a great area of California. And then we also have Vancouver,
I'm
which,
super excited for Vancouver.
dude, me and Tay took a like last minute
Yeah.
solo trip, like just the two of us. I had like some hotel points. I redeemed them. Turns out we were staying with like this little Chinese lady in her house. You remember that, dude? It wasn't a hotel. We were just staying with this little Chinese lady.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
Mm.
And then we went to the event. It was like $150 for the entire event or something. It was crazy, and it was
Yeah.
super.
And they had like
fun.
a festival there too. We went to.
Yeah, like this Asian festival.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was
and
sick.
Vancouver is the cleanest city I've ever went to.
It was nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, definitely liked it more than the east side of Canada for sure. That's gonna be fun. And then also back in Pittsburgh, we haven't been to Pittsburgh since I haven't been since like 2017, but 2019 I think was the last event, right? In Pittsburgh. So I'm excited. Excited for that as well.
Sounding great.
Yeah, I always love those the Pittsburgh events. We had like 3 back to back there a few years ago.
It was Nats, and then Nats again 2 years later, right?
Yeah, and a YCS in between. So we had
I didn't
like
go to the YCS.
yeah, we had like a bunch of events there. It was kind of like the Indy, but
I'm very upset we're going to. Indy.
Yeah, me too.
I
I'm
don't know
glad
if I
it's
talked about
closed.
it last week or not, but
Yeah, I'm not pumped for that one.
I don't know. I was telling Logan maybe we see some ducks on the road again. The truck full of ducks. It was so
That was
cool.
crazy. We were driving. It was literally me and Tachyon. We were the only two in the car. We were just driving to Indy, and we took this back road because it was like nice and sunny. We just took the back roads the whole way. It was really nice.
It was a good drive. Yeah.
And in front of us, I think it's Tachyon pointed out first. He just sees something moving in the truck, and he goes, "What is that?" And I like lean up. I'm like, inside of this dude's vehicle. It's not even like in the bed of his truck or anything. I went, "Is that ducks?" And this dude just has like 20 ducks in his truck.
Yeah.
You remember Tyler keeping that chicken?
I was about to say that, dude. Tyler used to send me Snapchats of his pet chicken in the passenger seat of his car. He'd just be like,
He used to keep
"We're
it
getting ready for
in
work."
the bed of his Blazer, like in the back with the enclosure.
Yeah, and then like
I got
right up
in
front
his
with
truck
him.
one day to move it like as a prank, and there was a chicken in it. I was like, "What
Frank
the
was
heck?"
on you.
That guy, dude.
Chicken abuse, Tyler.
Yeah.
We also
Andy's-
have there's Anaheim,
yeah.
Vancouver, and Pittsburgh. And,
I was
then-
talking about Pittsburgh.
I thought we were gonna be done with remotes, bro.
and we do have a remote.
We have
duel.
remote.
That's in
They still do
December.
like one remote duel a year. It's probably fine.
It's always in December, dude.
That's fine. That's probably the time where people
Don't want to travel.
can't travel as
yeah.
much. Yeah, right around the holidays, and it's cold, so that's fine.
Hmm.
Understand that for sure. I'm excited to go back to Anaheim. I'm excited for Pittsburgh too. It sucks. When I saw Anaheim, I was like, please be in August. But it was not in August because I'll already be there. But Anaheim's
Vancouver's
fun.
in August, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the week after my birthday.
Yeah.
I'll be going
You
to
just
that
go
one for
up.
sure.
Yeah, I'll probably fly from SoCal to Vancouver and then just come back.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be fun, man.
Do you need a passport to go to Vancouver?
You
To fly, you do.
You do. You don't to drive. You have
You
to have a
don't to
birth
drive,
certificate.
you do
Yeah,
to
yeah.
fly.
I'm not
Yeah.
driving there.
I don't know if you want to drive that far.
It's a bit far. I looked how far it was to drive from where I was gonna be because I was gonna be
Well,
in
you can
Cali.
also fly to Seattle and then rent a car and drive from Seattle.
That is true.
I just need to get a passport, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing all that is way more expensive than just getting a passport.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, but from where I was going to be in SoCal, it was going to be like 21-hour drives. Like, dude, that's
God.
insane.
And you would think it's close because like you're on like the same part. But
I knew Seattle was like 16 to 17, something like that. But I was like, I mean, it's right by Seattle. So I was like,
Yeah.
if it's just like another 30 minutes or something, I could do
Dude, I
that.
want to go to Seattle for a YCS. I've never been.
It's I haven't been either.
The last YCS Seattle was.
I've
in
not
Zoo
heard
format.
good things about
I've never
Seattle.
heard good things
I
about
let
Seattle.
St. John Landers borrow my zoo deck for YCS Seattle.
I didn't know that there was a YCS Seattle.
Yeah, and then me and Logan built that last one deck that I played at that regional.
You almost stopped that.
I got 12.
Dude, I got beef with him, by the way.
St. John?
Yeah, I've been looking for the new Red Bull flavor.
Which one? Pink one?
The
wild
it's
berry
the
one?
grapefruit one.
Oh, the grapefruit one.
Dude, it's so good. By the way,
think it's
I
okay.
found it, but I saw he posted it on his like Snapchat story. So I'm like, yo, where'd you get that Red Bull? I've been looking everywhere for one, and he goes, Dandridge. Dandridge, that's a whole city, brother.
Can't narrow it down.
You'll say.
The marathon station. I don't know. Like, give me something.
Have you had the pink one?
Do what?
Have you had the pink one? The wild berry one?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Dude,
I haven't had that one yet.
I
don't
just
like the
love
grapefruit one.
grapefruit. I love
I know you like
grapefruit, but it's so good. Wild berry one's good.
Shane?
Brody said it was awful.
Red Bull sponsor me.
Brody has terrible
No response.
opinions.
It's a fact.
But
But when does the new Malice stuff come out? When does that set come out? Is it?
It'll be for Rhode Island.
It will be for Rhode Island? Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, we'll probably get the.
And we get the new
Banlist after-
YCS monster.
Maybe we'll get the
By the
balance
way-
after Rhode Island. If it's that, because maybe they want to see what the new cards do before they hit them for Nats format.
I'm calling it right now. Ice Ryzeal needs to go to 1. It needs to go to 1. I'm telling you, people think it's X because they're like, oh my gosh, the OCG did it. No, the OCG was wrong. It needs to be Ice because Ice summons out the new dude and it sets Cross. Then you can even interact with Duo Drive and it's toxic. Or just ban Cross. That's fine with me too.
Ban Cross don't hit
He,
on the
yeah,
monsters.
he wants you to ban Cross, ban Lancia,
God.
Malice deck.
No. I'm not arguing that Malice isn't like a toxic deck or isn't a problem or whatever, especially if Ryzeal isn't in the format. I'm just saying I think Cross is a toxic card. That's all I'm saying.
So what if they just ban Cross? And then ban like Whitebinder. That dumbs down the deck. Both the decks really.
Yeah.
But then you just don't play pure Razio at that point, right? You just go to Fiendsmith. Well, Fiendsmith's getting banned. I guess it doesn't matter.
I hope they hit the Malice deck and the Ryzeal deck for Nationals enough where like we get to play the other decks, like the Orcus, the Gem Knights, those decks.
the Monarch.
The Monarch deck. I don't think we'll get that for.
It'll be.
No,
That'll
it-
be.
yeah, it'll be the
it's after
August set, I
Nats.
think.
But
Oh,
we
okay.
haven't talked about the Monarch cards yet. Those cards are sick.
That'll be a Vancouver event.
Or if I can
Play
get,
I'm playing Monarchs
Monarchs
in
in
Vancouver.
I'm down.
Get what?
get my brother to come back and play with the
Play
Monarchs.
Monarchs, bro.
Hey, you may
Yo,
you may
Justin.
not have to get a passport for Vancouver. It depends on when it becomes a state.
I was about to say, where's the field?
See what we can make happen.
But no, Monarch cards are sick. The trap card is absurd. That card being able to pop, banish, look at your hand, like summon moth, whatever it does, like literally every card in the game in one card. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
It is pretty cool.
They get a painful choice.
Yeah, painful choice is insane.
I like their. I like the
it-
new psychic cards.
I haven't
too.
read those yet.
Monarch cards also work with
Very
Snake Eye Ash, the recursion.
We need a new BA card as well, so we can just have Monarch BA format again.
That's literally what I was talking about.
Dude,
They
it'll
were
be
like,
sick.
we don't know the entire set. I said it better be BA support.
Monarch BA format again would be crazy.
That'd
They
be so
done
cool.
banned the best BA
Just
card.
please don't print any more Cosmo cards. Like that deck is horrible.
That's so bad.
Dude, give us Oz.
Sure,
Give us Oz.
sure.
Deck sucks. It don't matter.
They'd have to make those cards like
Yeah,
custom.
they would have to be. We were talking about this. Were we talking about this the other
I think
day?
it was Huddy.
Well, they already
Oh,
have
it was
an
Huddy,
infinite
yeah.
loop, so it don't have to be that custom.
Infinite.
I feel like for that deck to be like
Basically.
meta, though, it would need a few cards. It would need
A
like
few.
3,
It would
maybe.
need 40.
30?
A whole deck.
A new archetype?
The only card they're keeping is the Dark Destroyer.
He's a Cosmo hater.
That deck has like
Slip
3
Rider?
good
You don't want to
cards.
pop cross?
No,
Oh, you don't like popping cross?
I don't care about cross.
You'll banish your Cosmo monster and they'll be like, on res, I'll negate.
That's why we're playing Strike.
And you're like, just want to face palm. Couldn't think of the word.
That's why we need cross band
Uh,
so we can play Cosmo.
I also think that For Vegas, I think just Rydzel variants. I know I just said Pure was going to be the popular deck, but I think Rydzel variants are going to be more popular just because people are playing with their friends and like they're going to be less likely to play their rogue deck or whatever because they're like, oh, I wanted to play like the best deck because I play with my friends. Sorry, Trump. And I don't want to let them down or whatever. That's like a thing in team events.
There's also a thing in team events, though. Watch out, where the whole team's just going to meme.
That is true.
So at least the first few rounds, like till like round 3.
You did play Frog BA at a team event.
Yeah, he did.
Just
and then I lost to Mech Knights at the next one. I called it.
That was the first
Have
team
I told
event.
you that?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was... yeah, but, I mean, people will just meme their whole team, so watch out for that. First, like, 3 rounds, dude, you never know what you're going to get.
So, I remember at the Snake Eyes event, I was, like, hyping up Bisteals. I thought Bisteals were really good for Vegas last year.
Yeah.
Because it hit voice.
Spoiler.
It ended up being pretty good.
And this year.
And I was, like, hyping those cards up, and I was, like, siding, like, 3 or 4 of them. I can't remember what my side deck was, but round, like, 2, my opponent activates Planet, like Tier Element Planet. I beat him game 1, he scoops. Game 2, I sided all these biz deals. And game 2, I opened 2 biz deals. Trevor's just looking at my hand going,
Oh, bro.
Poor dude had no names left in his deck.
God.
I banished all 3 of them that game.
That's crazy. Dude, I'll never forget when Jabin said, "You're playing the Mech Knights, Isaiah." And I said, "No one's playing Mech Knights in 2019." And the guy goes, "Summon Purple Nightfall."
Can't you kind of do that with Blue Eyes? Just banish all their Blue Eyes White Dragons from their grave?
Well, they have a card that summons one.
Roar could summon from banish.
Yeah.
Oh, we can? Okay. That's fair.
How do we feel about Blue Eyes now? It's been out for a month.
Deck's good.
Think so?
Yep, it's a good deck. I think a lot of people, it took some time for people to understand that the OCG, for the most part, just had the deck right. You know, like the style of deck it was. A lot of people were trying to like do like crazy combos, like Crimson Dragon and stuff like that. And newsflash, the Probot cards are insane, and especially Drill Beam is just a crazy card.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the main reason to play that deck, to be honest.
If they don't see Drill Beam, I think it's like 2 different decks if they see Drill Beam or not.
Yeah. You can literally sit on Burled Drill Beam for like multiple turns.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I actually considered, I'm not playing that deck for the event, but I actually considered the deck for Vegas for a very short amount of time.
I mean, the deck's solid, man.
Straight beaming, baby.
The only reason I didn't play it is I did not think my mental health could handle drawing Blue Eyes White Dragon for 9 rounds.
Because you're playing the wrong art. It makes you depressed every time you see it.
I was going to still lose really expensive ones.
Are they OG arts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that works.
They're the ones from the comic collection, the secret rare ones. They're like, these are like $500. I don't know how much they are.
Why?
I don't know. You should have seen me and him trying to unscrew those things, though. Comes in the briefcase.
If you're going
That
to
was
play
a
Blue
stupid
Eyes, you got to
decision.
flex
Oh, that
now.
kind- okay,
Come on.
yeah.
It doesn't even have like a set. It has a set number or like a code down here.
But you can
It's
still
just
play
blank.
it.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's
Really cool.
insane.
You gotta bring Lou back and make him play him.
He did it.
We went to a
You played
case
Blue Eyes?
tournament.
The expensive one?
We went to the case tournament.
He
He
did?
went 1-3.
He played the expensive one?
He did.
We did play with
The rest of his
expensive
deck was common.
ones. It
His
was.
hand traps were maxed. His Blue Eyes were high rarity. The rest were structure deck. Commons.
That's respectable. It's respectable.
You think Morel's gonna be popular this weekend?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I wouldn't say it's going to be popular, but I think it's good.
Have your Abyss Dweller ready.
Can I dodge that all weekend? I'd be very happy.
I feel like that's the deck everyone's actually scared of.
So, we didn't talk about this. Me and Tachyon went to a tournament in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
go.
we did.
Tachyon,
I know.
Luke also went. I forgot Luke went, to be honest. Anyways,
He rode with us, too.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I
That
know.
is true. he did go with us.
I'm just messing.
Anyways, my point was at that event they decided not to respect like what I would call like the toxicer decks, like the more toxic decks like Mitsurugi, Mermail, those type of decks.
Well, he never led me astray. And I was like, I don't know. Droll's insane. He's like, you don't need it. I was like,
No,
okay.
no. I said, I'm not playing it.
Anyways.
I was playing Dimensional Shifter in my deck. It was different.
I played.
I was
still
led
did
astray
that.
by multiple people. It didn't matter. But
That is true.
Droll's back home where it needs to be.
Levi did say, yeah, you don't need it.
Yeah, and my only
did,
losses
in
was to
fact, need it.
Mermail
Grady Boogers.
and
Grady Booger said you do not need it.
Mr.
He calls me daddy.
You lost to Mitsurugi?
Yeah.
I got knocked out by Tempa.
I'm playing Ten for Vegas.
No, you're not.
Um,
I'll cancel your flight myself.
he doesn't even have a
I
flight.
know.
That's true.
Easiest cancel I've ever done.
So I think Paulo came out with a video. I talked about it earlier, and he was basically theorying about like cards being bad, for example.
Yeah, you
And
gotta try it out. See?
yeah, we tried it out, and there's some things I agree with what he said. There's some things I didn't agree, but one of the things he brought up is how Effect Veiler and cards like that are getting worse. Like the low impact hand traps are just getting worse. And I think I agree to an extent, but also those cards are less powerful, but they're more flexible.
Yeah.
And I think that's something people need to think about their deck building. Usually more powerful cards are more narrow, and weaker cards are more flexible. So
They're all or nothing type cards.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like you look at Metal Trotus, generally it's a pretty narrow card. Like you don't really put it in for Malice. Like, but I mean it has targets obviously, but it's mainly for Razil. Ultimate Slayer, same thing. But then you look at a card like Ash Blossom, pretty much good against everything. Right?
Yeah.
It's at least okay against every deck in the game.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people online playing like very similar list of what he was talking about, his theory, and all this different stuff. And one thing I want to talk about if people decide to go that route for Vegas is a lot of his takes are like 2 to 3 weeks old. And 2 to 3 weeks, the format evolved a lot in 2 to 3 weeks.
We've had 2 YCSs in the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, I mean, he was prepared for those YCSs. So
Yeah.
they're like, what he's saying is relevant for those YCSs, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's relevant for Vegas, which it might still be, but you have to figure that out for yourself
Yeah.
when you're using information from other people like that. I just thought it was cool. I think Nib's going to get less popular, though.
I think it's already less popular, right?
Hope so.
I think so. A lot of people don't play it.
Why do you think that is?
It just doesn't combo well with the way people build their decks. Like if they're putting like Book of Moon, Strikes, Metal Trotuses, Ultimate Slayers, stuff like that, you don't really want a Nib with an Ultimate Slayer. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They kind of serve the same role.
Yeah.
So you're saying like the more like power card hungry the decks get, the least likely they are to play Nib. That's kind of what you're thinking.
Yeah. Like if you're playing Droll and Nib doesn't really like work
Yeah.
that well together. Fuwa and Nib most of the time doesn't really work together.
Yeah.
It did.
It does
It did.
if you know how to use it.
Yeah.
But
it did.
for the average person, it does not work together.
Yeah.
It does not work that way against Pure.
It does not work that way against Pure. But, with the rise of Pure, it's a lot worse.
Yeah. And the thing I was surprised about, so when we were testing, I was so surprised at how good Book of Moon was. Because like I kept seeing people put Book of Moons in their Pure deck, and I'm like, I don't know.
Is it bait or not?
I didn't see it. And honestly, I think that card might be better than Crossout in that deck, to be honest.
Card's good. I was talking to Gage about it before the tournament in Atlanta, and I was saying like Book of Moon is insane at protecting. It protects from 2 hand traps, and it also is like an offensive card as well. But it doesn't protect from the hand trap. Fool loss.
Yeah.
That's the big difference in my opinion in those 2 cards.
The good thing in Pure, though, is you can play around Fuwa most of the time.
Kinda. I guess it depends on your strategy in Pure though. If you're trying to like, set up cross, detonator, draw 3 cards, like do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that and play around Fua, but you can do that. But you can play low to the ground and play around Fua. But if like your deck isn't built necessarily to play low to the ground, you probably want to play like Crossout or something like that.
So like, I think Book of Moon helps that. Like if you want to play low to the ground, like making a detonator and like setting Book of Moon, that's really good.
It is. It is. You just have to make that conscious choice, I think, going to this event, which kind of play style you want to play with that deck, and I guess that decision rides on that.
I've been seeing people say they're not playing 7 Tachyon and Pure.
I think that's absurd.
I don't think it's as absurd. It is a neg 1. It's a better small world. I don't know. I wouldn't play Pure though, just because I don't like the cards and the way it plays. That's just not my play style.
That deck is so boring.
Yeah. Also, you could like you brick
boring.
more often. You have less starters,
Well,
and it being a pseudo starter helps it. But then like that doesn't trade well into like hand trap wars.
Do you think people are going to main Lancea?
No.
Like as a one of?
I think not people that we're going to be playing in Top Cut.
I know they could get mad lucky and play Malice all day and just be popping that one of Lancea.
I don't think Malice is going to be that popular, man.
I don't either.
Yeah, you had Yassine got top 8 at the last one season, didn't play a single Malice. Crystron?
Yeah.
Think that deck's real?
Crystron?
And like
I mean, I think that deck, you play it because you like the deck, not because you want to win the event. Like, Crystron is just worse than the other decks.
I think it's worse than Mermo.
Yeah.
The same.
100%.
It also loses to a lot of cards.
Yeah. Well, like, there's, like, plays that, like, oh, you can play around Lancea, but you can't play around Lancea if they Ash Valor you. Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I'm using that as an example. Like, they can play around Dweller, but not if they have Dweller plus this and this.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, if they have other things, they can't play around those cards, or they just hard lose to those cards that are very prevalent in the format anyways. Yeah. So, like, you have to do something really good to be losing to Lancea right now, and I would not consider that deck doing something really good.
I would consider minimum 50% of the room has Dweller in their extra deck, so it's pretty rough.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out. Hopefully everybody just cuts Lancea out of their side deck.
I think that's a 0% chance of that happening.
Dude, I don't know. I played that one mirror guy, and he main cross out and didn't play Lancea in his deck. That was at Anaheim.
And you won.
I did win.
That was at Anaheim.
I don't think it was a surprise.
No surprise there.
He opened cross out both times, game 2 and 3, and I Lanced him, and he was just like,
was
pass.
it you that played the guy that didn't know what Sanctum was?
Yep. I Lanced him. He goes, thrust, and I went, here comes Sanctum, and he goes, what's that? And I was like, seriously? He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And the guy next to him goes, oh my God.
This thrust.
He said an impulsive pass, and I was like, sick.
The dude, somebody came up to me at Orlando and goes, or Isaiah came up to me at Orlando and goes, yo, I just played Sanctum guy.
I did. He cooked me, bro.
Sanctum guy came up to me and goes, yo, I just played your buddy.
He cooked me. He has a tattoo of Sanctum right here on his wrist.
Yeah, he got third after Swiss at Anaheim.
Yep.
Go watch his profile on our channel.
That was the guy that I misplayed against, and it threw my whole day in a loop. Like, I was undefeated and misplayed against him, and then just started dropping.
I believe that's his name. Yeah.
Never met the guy. I just remember his name.
He's cool. Cool guy.
He's a very cool guy. He, I think I told you that story. He, before we did his deck profile, was like, yo, before YCS Indy, you guys did a podcast, and you said that you had this crazy card that you weren't going to tell anybody, but if we came up and guessed it right, you'd tell us if we were right. And he's like, I never saw anybody at Indy, so was it Instant Fusion? And I was like, yeah.
He talked to me about that too when we played.
Instant Fusion on top.
Instant Fusion's crazy, bro. Bring it back.
I don't know. I don't think there's going to be any crazy innovations. There's some cool stuff you can do with the 7 Tachyon.
Yeah.
Like, you can search the shark cards. You can search. Did I give them the goo for the Mitsurugi players?
Go ahead.
You can search Monju.
I don't know if that's Guud.
Do we
Your
have the catapult
bonfire
turtle
can
stuff
get
yet?
you to ritual spell, bro. It's so good. What?
We have the catapult turtle stuff yet?
Yeah, we get it for that event.
There is an FTK deck
For this
on the
event,
prowl.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
catapult turtle.
He has
It
not
is-
been doing his research, it seems.
Yeah, Tachyon.
I knew about
FTK.
the deck. I just didn't know it came out for this event.
Comes out of maze, right?
Uh,
Yeah.
You know, that counter
one
trap
card
is probably
FTK,
the
bro.
best counter trap ever printed.
like-
Transmigration.
Yeah,
it's
Transmigration's
like-
crazy.
It's like probably Featherstorm level powerful, probably.
No,
Yeah.
counter trap. Oh, Featherstorm level
Because
powerful.
like you can like for their archetype, you can activate it from your hand. It's like
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah.
similar. Like it's not like obviously Featherstorm wins the game, but that card can like protect your combo. So it's like
And it negates
negates
all of their
everything
cards in
in
the
the
chain.
chain.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
it's really cool.
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds wild.
Tachyon Transmigration. It's
Yeah.
a counter
I
trap.
haven't read that.
It's a counter trap. You can search it. You can search it in Ryziel, by the way.
Yeah, you can.
And yeah, and then if you control a Galaxy Eyes Tachyon monster, you can play it from your hand. But you have to have a Galaxy Eyes monster to activate it.
Oh, that's the one you were showing me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've probably showed it to you.
Okay.
And yeah, it's counter trap negates the card that it's responding to and everything your opponent activated in that chain.
This card,
Yeah, okay. You did show me that card. I forgot what it
Yeah,
was.
it's
Card
really
is
good.
broken. I tried to play that deck. I put a good week into it. Trying
weak.
3 days.
That's
I
a
put
good week.
Good 3
One
days.
of the days was on the way back from one of the events.
Hey, that's the best tested. Where you ain't got nothing to do but look up cards. Had a 4-hour drive back. I had nothing to do. Gonna try to figure it out.
Yeah, the problem with the FTK, unless someone figures out something that I don't know about, it doesn't have enough starters for the FTK that are reliable. Is what I found.
Without playing infinite bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
They'll
lot
be-
of
they'll be
one card
people playing,
starters,
sure.
but you got to play. While I quit like researching it was because I got to a point where I had to keep at. I was like at my 5th brick, and I was like, I've seen enough. I just let it go.
There's also like a fair version of that deck too that just like makes good cards.
Yeah.
I think that deck is probably better than the FTK because you can just like use safer use type of cards. You could use the Trickstar engine with the new
Yeah.
Trickstar monster. And it's a 1-card starter that also is like decent going second. You could like hit a back row, Life stage is good. Inside Reincarnation Droll.
Don't
tempt me.
don't tempt me.
Reincarnation Droll with the counter trap backed up. That's game.
It was game anyway, brother. The
I don't know. I don't know if that's game against Malice. I think the
That
game's
is
just
true.
beginning.
that is fair. That would
But
be
then you just
unfortunate.
you hold the counter trap, banish their hand, they can't search,
God.
and then
Oh yeah,
chain
activate
3,
all.
activate the counter trap to get everything.
That's
They'd be
crazy.
sick, bro. If that happened to me, I'd
Nice
get up.
3 names,
I'd
dog.
get up and leave. It just wasn't my day.
I'd be like, you guys got to rest. Get up.
Yeah.
God.
I hope
I
it goes
wouldn't
well
show
for
up
you
for the
guys.
next round either.
I'm kind of sad I'm not going.
You could still go.
No, I went to buy. a
You
plane
could do what I
ticket.
did. in
You can borrow my
Vegas
car to drive.
the first time.
But
Just
Where'd you check for the
win
plane ticket?
the side events.
Atlanta and Nashville.
I don't think you did.
I also checked for Saturday only because I'm not playing. I was going to fly up there and hang out, and it was $260.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Hmm?
It's not that
We
bad.
out?
But I'm broke.
We're out for Thursday.
It's like $450.
$450.
Mhm.
Usually cheaper to fly in on a weekday.
It's because it's the week of.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. I've been saying for years we need to get a Guud plane so we can just fly. Don't have to buy a plane ticket, but
Your neighbor's got a plane, bro. We can borrow it. He was
That's
out
true.
flying it the other day, and Slade was
no,
like,
he
"Who's
wasn't.
that?"
No, he was not. No, he was not. Yeah, I'm just saying, man.
I
Yo,
think,
Dad.
yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot crazy things for Vegas. I think a lot of stuff's solved, but I do think the format is a lot different. So, like, people are going to have to build their decks differently, but I don't think there's going to be like, oh my God, did you know about this crazy deck that no one knew about? Like, everybody knows about the decks. Like,
Yeah.
How many people do you think there'll be?
How many teams?
Sure.
Less than 500. Around 500.
that's what I figured.
Think there should be 1,500 players.
Yeah.
How many was the last one?
I think it was right around 1,000 players.
Thought-
I think it's more than that.
It was more
Was
than
it?
that.
I think so.
It was more than 300 teams.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had 10 rounds. I think it was like 600 teams.
Really?
Yeah. It
I
Huh.
think that.
was pretty big.
So, I think for team events, I think it would be cool if they started doing conjoined like card pool.
There were 1,713 players.
Yeah.
Conjoined Pride. What
Like
do you
they do
mean?
at Master Worlds.
So, if I play 3 Ash Blossom, you two can't play 3 Ash Blossom.
Oh.
Or we can play
that
1
kind of
1
card.
1. Or if a card's limited, we can each play 1. But you can only have up to like a set.
yeah, like they
That'd be
do
cool.
in Master Duel Worlds.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So, like, for example, if Called by the Grave is limited, we
Only
can
one
each
person.
play Called by the Grave.
Oh.
Because we're only playing a set of Called by the Graves within the team.
That's interesting. So you can
It
have a
would make
maximum.
deck building a lot more important.
It would make deck building really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
I think it'd be really cool. They usually do that a lot in the OCG, like before, like we started doing team events. And it was really cool. I remember I helped one of Lou's friends and one of my friends as well win a bigger OCG event, and I told him I was like, just play a grass deck because not everyone can have Ash Blossom. So if you play against the person that doesn't have Ash Blossom, your grass is always resolving,
Yeah.
and they just won the event. Just grass for 30, like
that still wins. It's insane.
yeah.
Maybe that's what I need to do, play grass
And
deck.
he was playing like left arm offering stuff. He could just do it because most likely his opponent doesn't have Ash.
You have 1 in 3 chance of your opponent having it, and then 1 in 3 chance of them drawing it.
Yep.
That's good odds.
Yep.
Play a Malice left arm deck. Just banish all your Malice monsters. Search
We
grass.
talked about that when it first got announced. Playing
You
like
can't
tier
set
mouse.
cards though.
What sound do you think Fawalos would make?
Sure of that.
I think it would be like a mix between a pigeon and a crow.
How do you do that?
I can't do that one. Birdie, birdie.
Good game and Untamed.
All right. So, what kind of sound do you guys think Perulia would make?
He did
You
better than I was.
know when you when you're a kid and you would like blow bubbles in your drink as a kid. You know what I'm talking about with a straw.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine it would sound like. I hope you guys enjoyed the YuGiOh sound effects. We should do a whole video series because I know we talked about the video series of Gage fighting animals. We should do Gage fighting different YuGiOh cards. That'd be hilarious.
How many Fawalos does
Yeah,
it
the
take
camera's
to
over here.
engage?
So, why don't we do a poll? Comment down below, and the comment with the most likes will make a shirt of Gage fighting that animal, and put it on
Or
the store.
Yu-Gi-Oh
YuGiOh
card.
Or card.
Or card.
Yeah.
What?
So like if it's Fawalos, it's a shirt of Gage fighting 100 Fawalos.
or like like a flock of Fawalos. What do you think of? What do you think a group of Perulia is? Is it a school? A school of Perulia?
Yeah. They're fishes.
Jellyfish.
Yeah. Well,
So is
I'm not a marine biologist.
is Fualos a murder? A murder of Fualoses, like a crow?
Could be.
It will be if Gage is involved.
So what's meows?
That's a
pack?
cat, right?
Is it a cat?
Pack of meows.
Those are. I don't know. Those don't look like feet.
Okay, well, what sound does meows make?
It meows.
I need you to do this on camera right now.
I plead the fifth.
That could have been a great short.
Meow meow.
Okay, so
Meow meow.
all right, comment below what Yu-Gi-Oh card Gage is fighting. Mind you, in the fight, I don't know if you guys know this, but Gage can only, like, if it's like a super unfair fight, he gets like a weapon, but it has to be a weapon like even with the animal. So like usually we just do it with animals. So if it's a bear, Gage only gets like a knife, like a large knife. But if it's like, a dog, he only gets his hands. So it has to like, compare to the animal. So if it's a frog, he's on his own.
All right.
You know?
Comment down below, and then comment down below the comment with most likes has to be over. I'm gonna say over 20 likes. We'll make a shirt, and you guys can vote on whether Gage wins or loses.
Wins or loses the fight. It's just all of the Goop Frogs beating the shit out of Gage.
Mulcharmy Meows loses.
I love that.
I don't know, man. Is there anything you guys want to talk about before we go? Because my camera does not want to do it today.
No, I mean
anything else
you
guys want to talk about?
we'll have 2 more YCS champions on this table when we get back.
And a second.
Well,
place.
Tachyon, I guess you're not winning the YCS.
Hey, I'll be just as happy if y'all win.
Dude,
Listen,
I want 2 Guud teams in the finals.
Also,
You and us in the final.
also, just letting y'all know that our team name is 2 Studs and Gage. So if you guys see us on the list, you know we're coming for you.
Phew.
So
please beat Gage.
please don't. He's on my team.
I'm
Well,
so sad it's not streamed, bro. I was so hyped to watch you guys all weekend.
I'll stream the whole thing. I'll hide a little camera. Stream it all.
In his
Okay.
earring. So it'll be like the POV of like right here.
The Konami fish the whole weekend. Like, where is this guy?
I'll stream the whole thing on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. I'll stream it through my glasses.
Facebook.
So I can stream it through my glasses.
No.
You're gonna have like so many like grandmas being like, "Love you, Luke," or whatever. You know.
How
So
many?
many grandmas? How many grandmas do I have,
Yeah,
Logan?
none. They all just died.
I ain't got no grandmas.
You know what I mean?
They
Like,
all just died.
your aunt or whatever. I don't know.
Which one? The one that's in the hospital?
The one that's dead. That's
My
crazy.
aunts aren't dead. My uncles are
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
dead. Yeah,
Sorry.
no, dude.
God, knock on wood.
No, anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, thank you. Somebody bought a Goo Gaming Sucks shirt last week after the podcast. So
Oh,
shout out you. I think before the podcast ended, I was like, buy a Goo Gaming Sucks shirt.
I wonder if it was
Um,
Levi because the little one he couldn't fit and he really liked it, so he like went after.
It was
the
not
event.
Levi. Let me know comment how it is. I get samples of every product that we have, but I don't have a Goo Gaming Sucks shirt, so I want to know how it is. I've seen one, but
Post it on
I
Twitter
don't
and
have
tag
one.
us.
He
Yeah.
tried to get one.
I did try to get one, but it came a little small.
Extra.
It was supposed to be
small.
extra
Extra-
large. It was extra small.
Yeah, it's in my car. I'm like, if I find somebody that's extra small, I'll give it to them. I don't know.
Levi couldn't fit.
Did he try it on?
We almost got him.
We
tried to make
laughed. Me and Logan were laughing, and he caught on. But he was taking his hoodie off. He was getting ready to do it.
He was just gonna put it on.
We
Didn't
couldn't
even
keep it
check the
together.
time. We started dying.
Oh my
Shout out
gosh!
Levi,
dude.
bro. Grady Boogers.
Grady Boogers says that shirt is too small.
Grady Boogers lost the voiceless voice.
But yeah. Anyway, check
amazing.
out our merch. I want to have another shirt up. The concept's in my head. I just haven't had time to put it on paper. So check it out. Check back in a couple days. Maybe we'll have a shirt up. You're gonna like it. I promise.
I hope y'all enjoy Vegas.
Yeah, me
as
too.
much as we will.
I talked about
you-
this last time.
Win every hand in blackjack you play.
This is gonna be me in
Catch
Vegas.
us at the casino.
Yeah.
We're gonna be running the tables. I'm very excited. That's Big Papi Yami right there.
Big Papi Yami.
Follow me on Twitter.
Big Papi Yami. Oh, by the way, if you guys need a Goo Gaming approved life pad, Target's dollar section right here.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, not sponsored, but it's
this?
lit. So if
Turtle
you guys
Beaches.
want a Goo Gaming life pad, this is as close as you're gonna get.
For now.
We'll see you guys in Vegas. If you see
I
Vegas,
won't see you in Vegas.
come up. I have stickers, and I'm gonna check. And if we have some extra poker chips, I'm gonna bring those as well. So the first probably few people that come up will get a poker chip because we had them last year, and I didn't get more for this year, but we still have a few left over. Come get a sticker. Come get a poker chip, and good luck at the event, guys.
Good luck.
If you go to the Dallas event for Alestrals next weekend, we'll be there.
I won't.
We win.
Y'all have fun.
I have a entry, but I'm not going.
I will be there. Luke will be there.
It's over.